Hey you guys, I feel like it's been a while since I did a reading, so we've got yes on the bottom, time to do a reading. I'm just sitting here having a bit of a giggle because just before I hit record, I've got a couple of beautiful fantails here, and it's kind of known that fantails bring their own messages, which is kind of cool. So I was just having a bit of a laugh, and he's quite a beautiful little bird. So anyway, why I came on is there's a lot of messaging around inner child, so your inner child and that inner child work. We've got yes again. So what's been coming up is we really need to build our inners. I call them the inners, you know, self-confidence, honesty. We need to build a really good relationship with ourselves, because at the end of the day, even if we do have even if we do have a lot of support around us, we're the ones ultimately who are there at the end of the day, at the end of it all, right? You know what I mean? Like, we've probably been in positions where we've had some sort of support and care and maybe counsel from friends or whatever, but then you still have to go home and be in your own mind. You know what I mean? So we need to build these things up within us. I had a beautiful meditation this morning. I like to try and go into my room where I have clients and do healings and stuff and do self-healing, and so I was just lying there today and going, yep, we need to talk about this inner child stuff, you guys. I'm working on it myself as well, and I've been more aware and working on my little inners, my little Zoes, for a few years on and off now. You know, just when it comes up, I really like to go into the hows, the whats and the whys. So what makes me tick, you know, what triggers me, why, and all those sorts of things. This is what we need to be doing. Look at this, align your life, what is not aligned or needs to change. So we need to build up the inners. Look at this card came with it. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising, you are the oracle. So to me, this card, it either represents like confirmation that yes, you are the oracle, you are stepping into yourself, but it can also represent this is what we're needing to do, and it can also represent this is what's coming when we align, when we do these, you know, the harder kind of works. So right before as well, I wrote, look at this, I pulled this one, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. So what's really happening is, maybe you've heard of people saying, you know, there's going to be two worlds, the earth is splitting and all that sort of stuff. To me, it's already happening, and it's been happening for a while, and it's going to happen more and more. We're going to have a lot of intense things going on that are really intense, like hard, bad, dense, and then really intense, like amazing, wonderful, like I never thought that could happen, sort of thing. So it's quite a polarity, but the bottom line is we really need to cut our shit out. Just being honest, we need to cut our own shit out. We need to call ourselves out on our own shit, and trust me, I do too. That's why I'm sitting here saying it. You've got to call yourself out on shit, you know. And part of it is also doing it in a loving way, not in a way where it's like, oh my gosh, I've just had this realization that I've been doing this for so long, I'm such a XYZ. It's like, no. You've expanded your mind enough to really see and really know that something is what it is. You know what I mean? You've become more open and more accepting to it, which is a really good thing. So it's really important not to cut yourself down. You know, really try to rein it in. If you have self-deprecating thoughts and stuff like that, that's one of the things that will be indicated to you. If that's what's happening, then that's part of what is going to change. It needs to change. We've got the ever unfolding rose. This is one of my favorite cards, even though it can be tricky. It reminds me of the Tower card. Cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Okay, so all the things that happen in life, I will sound cliche, but it's because it's true. A lot of these things do happen for a reason. They're trying to teach us things. You know, maybe Spirit's giving us nudges to things. If similar things or themes or people show up in your life and they're doing the same sort of thing as other people, and maybe you're, you know, putting it on yourself. Why do I keep bringing in these people? Why does this always happen to me? It's just a highlight. Okay? It's just a highlight of where you need to maybe cut some things out or not be as allowing, you know, towards certain characters or things. We have got Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. So what I get with that is a couple of things too, where it's like, this is what it is. This is kind of where we want to go, I feel anyway, where I feel we should probably go as human beings. You know, we can embody these things, you guys. And a lot of you already are these things, and it doesn't matter if it's your sisterhood, it's everyone. You know, we all can be these things, and a lot of the times we are as well. We're just not quite recognizing it. Maybe it's a time where, you know, I've been saying for a while, I've actually been saying this for a very long time, because this is my belief, is I do believe that we're here to learn about ourselves as well. You learn about other people too, but it is actually helping you further know yourself. Or if you're being, you know, if you keep going towards the things you're not, then you'll be highlighting, look at this, break the chain, well, you will be highlighting, you know, such uncomfortableness. So if you feel uncomfortable, no matter in what kind of way, that is the highlight as to what is needing some sort of work. And if you need help with that, let me know. You know, people book in for so many different things for me. You know, I've had people who are recognizing that they keep going in and out of the same relationship with the same person, and they understand it's not good. And I can help with let's get to the bottom of what's actually going on here. It turns out that this person was really wanting their dad. You know what I mean? They were actually, their little inner was wanting their dad so much they were willing to put up with an abusive prick as a partner. You know? And it can be hard when we have these realizations and we're like, wow, I recognize this is happening, but I don't know what to do about it. Feel free to message me, say something, book in, you know what I mean? This is where on that card is what comes on the flip side with that too, where it's like Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. That teacher one is like, if maybe you're feeling like you need to learn something, then you probably need a teacher. You might need a mentor. You might need, you know, to click on a video like this. I don't know, you know what I mean. You will find what you need, but you will quite probably need it in some sort of counseling's coming to mind for some people, even artistry, which is interesting. You know, go to an art class. We can actually get a lot of stuff out of us in different ways that are not always, you know, where we're beside ourselves or we're crying. Not that there's anything bad with that. I'm just saying, I'm coming from a point where I understand when you know something's got to change, you know, maybe you even know what it is, but it's so hard, it feels painful to even say it. Maybe we can get it out through art. We can get it out through singing. So my inner child today wanted to come outside. My Zoe now, me right now, I'm tired and I want to go to bed to a point. Inner child really wants Zoe to come outside. Okay? And so there's two different options. Both are okay. Both will be okay, right? This is the better one. This is the one that is better for my soul. better for my inner Zoe. She's a younger one. I can tell this is the inner Zoe that's around 8, 9, 8, they say 8-year-old. And I'm sitting here outside and it's beautiful and it makes me feel better, and I've got my shoes off and my feet planted on the ground, and I'm surrounded by daisies, and they make me feel good, you know what I mean? What's really cool too is my beautiful little sister, her name is Daisy. So whenever I see daisies too, of course I think of Daisy. Look at this. Where are you being called to journey to? Well, today I was being called to journey outside. Where are you being called to journey to? And maybe ask yourself, if you're being called to journey somewhere, what is it that's holding you back? What is it that's stopping you? Maybe something's calling you where you see something come along, I don't know, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and you're like, oh wow, that looks really cool, that looks fun. There's something that sparks in you going, oh, that's cool. What is your excuse as to why you're not going? You know what I mean? I'm not saying this in a blah blah blah, but let's ask yourself, what is it that's stopping me from going? You know, most of the time it's not really money, even though financially it can be hard. A lot of the time it's an inner thing. You know, maybe it's anxiety, and then you've got to figure out, where is that anxiety coming from? Why do I feel so anxious? And understanding as an adult and knowing that if we don't place ourselves in certain situations, we're never going to be able to overcome that to a point. To a point we need to push ourselves, and I think we need to do it in a way that's safe. If your inner child does not feel safe, we've got to work on safety. If your inner child doesn't feel like they can trust you, you've got to work on being more honest with yourself. You know, there's things like that. If you're finding it hard to let loose and actually have some fun, like allow yourself to have some silly fun. Maybe your inner child is the one that's going, you know, like to me today, Zoe, go outside. You know, go sit outside. I've got my sound bowl out here. I've got my cards out here. It's really nice and sunny to a point where it's not too hot. It's actually really, really nice. So we've got transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. This one is been on my radar alarmingly for a little while. I had some major downloads about a month or so ago, and that window closed, to be honest with you. The window closed. It's going to open again, but it closed because we had such a burst peak of energy on Earth where there was an open window to really, really clear some things quite fast, and that window closed. The window closed because I feel there's still boiling up to do. There's still some boiling below the surface that needs to get to a point where people actually go, you know what, F this. F this, I'm gonna heal, I want better, I'm gonna do better, I've hated my job for 5 years, I'm finally gonna look for another one, I'm gonna start that hobby, and you know, all these things. There's a lot of things that have been highlighted that are very ugly, that are very, they're saying actually kind of evil. There's a lot of things that are going on, you guys, where we're being highlighted some pretty heavy stuff. That's on purpose. So we're being highlighted heavy stuff so that we stay low, so that we can't boil up. Because sometimes anger's a good thing. When it boils up, that's your peak, and you go, you know what, fuck this shit. And you make changes. Sometimes that anger will push you into making those changes. But yeah, that cellular level, a lot of our souls are ready to be in higher frequencies. I'm not sure how else to put it, They want to be in higher frequencies, and we as the human, we're the ones that are going to anchor it down or not. Look at this, Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? This is it. So we do have to become our mother. We do have to become our own father sometimes. You know, we've got to sometimes. We've got to become our own friend. We've got to become our own partner to a point. You know what I mean? Especially if you're alone, but this is for everyone. We all need to learn how to self-regulate. That's the bottom line, really. I like this. We've got, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. So this is for some people who you've got to just recognize that you are doing it. You are on this path. Sometimes we feel like nothing is progressing, and it is. It really is. Sometimes it's like, I get shown it as like a staircase where it's like we've got some stairs going up here, and then we've got a landing pad, and then we've got stairs going up, right? When we're on this landing pad, it feels like nothing is happening, but it's a resting point. It's where you're about to pick back up. It's where you're about to take some more steps. So we need a landing point sometimes. Sometimes I see it as a point of reflection. Sometimes I see it as a point of rest. You know, sometimes I see it as a point of patience, learning patience and waiting. It's that waiting on that ledge. We've got Warrior Woman, have you answered your deepest calling? This is actually what it's about too, because it's like, what are we here to do, you guys? I believe that we are here to learn about ourselves and others. I believe that we are here to learn how to love ourselves, we're here to learn patience. We're here to learn some of those harder things where we've got to get out of the hate. We have to get out of the angst. We have to get out of the self-loathing. These two beautiful fantails. We've got to get out of it. So yeah, inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. And we've got this, because this is it as well. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. This is what it is. This is part, I know this is part of what I'm here to do. That's why this is literally what I'm doing right now. What do you feel you're here to do? I don't think we're here to be miserable. I think we're here to learn. You know, I get to stay in states where I've fucking had it. I've had it. I find it very hard living amongst such horrible shit, but that's the thing too. It's like, well, now I'm sitting out in the beautiful green grass. The sun is shining. I'm sitting at this beautiful, beautiful tree that I love. I call it my peace tree. This is my peace tree. Or I could be on Facebook scrolling, you know? Or I could be answering the phone to people I don't want to. Or I could, you know what I mean? The list goes on. There's so many things we could be doing. We can choose the more peaceful thing. I feel we're meant to be peaceful, but it doesn't feel very peaceful on Earth at the moment, does it? Listen to those birds if you can hear them. This is it really, you guys. It's all, a lot of it is, it's about choices. Good old choices. Look at this. Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. This is the thing. Spirit is here to guide us. It's not always on spirit, it's on us. We're the humans, we are being the humans, we are the human beings. It is not always on spirit. However, let them actually guide you. Talk to them even if you don't feel, hear, see, what, anything back. Even if you don't, you know you're talking to them. They are there. There's many around. And it's not just your spirit team. There's a lot of spirit who will just come in and literally just observe. They kind of just want to see. It's interesting sometimes. But yeah, we've got inner child work to do, you guys. Look at this. I'll leave it on this card. Trust your path. If you knew you were supported, what would you do? Write it in the comments if you want. If you knew you were supported, what would you do? Now, look at this. Okay, I said that was the last one, but this makes sense to go with it, because I was going to say the support does not have to be of your friends, your family. It does not have to be of humans. It does not have to be of people, and it especially cannot be of people who down you in any way, okay? Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you, okay? You've got your spirit team. You do have what you need, even if you don't feel like you do. You've got what you need, okay? A lot of this stuff is internal, you guys, and we've got to build it up, okay? I'm going to leave it at that. I'm still going to sit out here for a while, pull cards. I might actually even do a live, I'm not sure. But I'm going to spend some time outside, because for me, I'm recognizing that I'm on my phone way too much. This is a different way to be on your phone, you know what I mean? This is a good way to be on your phone. This is a helpful way to be on your phone. What's not helpful for me is scrolling. Scrolling and scrolling. And I have a deep, big heart where I see things and it hurts, you know, it does, it hurts my feelings. I am a sensitive person, but I'm very strong as well. But yeah, you know, just have a think about some of the things where you're feeling uncomfortable. Think about where you might need to shift. If anyone wants to book in with me, then yeah, feel free to. If anyone's interested in knowing how to and all that, maybe just write a comment. I'm going to be working on getting some sort of payment thing up where, you know, overseas payments can be made and stuff like that. So that'll make it a bit easier for some other people. I know some other people have wanted to book in from the UK and America, but I haven't been able to do that yet. My PayPal got, what was it? It got taken, basically. Someone took it and said that I live overseas, and I was like, what? I don't even have a passport. I can't get overseas right now. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'm sending you lots and lots of love. Do something that feels good, you know, truly good. I'm not talking about going and having a drink or, you know, or doing something that afterwards you're going to feel yuck. Go do something good, okay? Lots of love, beautiful. Bye bye.